What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
Another damn podcast.
presented by
Our damn selves.
244.
Yes.
Fofo. Tipping on fofos.
Fofos, I'm tipping.
God damn it, yes.
I won't do Mike Jones. I won't try to rap his verse.
Back then, the hoes didn't want me.
No, hoes all love me.
I said.
They said he had a hot 12 because he just repeated the last 4 times. They said he didn't have 16.
Mike Jones doing right now. And I don't mean Mike Jones from Gary.
What if he did the chameleon thing and he invested all his money? That would have been super smart. If he would have
doing right now. That's all I ask. I just want to know what he's doing.
Because you know that was a gimmick. So my thing is, like, if you are a person and if you take off like Wildfire and you're a gimmicky rapper or whatever, or singer, whatever the case may be, then invest your money in. Don't have to worry about stuff because you know your 15 minutes going to be up. So
I want to say I'll be hilarious, like if Afro Band like opened a dispensary, because I got high, so that'll be an investment for that dude. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with it? Afro Man should have dispensary. That should be like what he did with his because I got high money. Dispensaries, like, and that's what he should be doing.
Hey, Snoop is.
There's a name of it too. Yeah, because I got high dispensary. There we go. He can even call it that.
We got a market. We got to come up with a marketing team. Us and Naima's marketing team. We got to start marketing for people.
We talking about legends and classic stuff. I know where I'm starting off with. Did you watch the Janet Jackson miniseries? You got
you're doing the if dance.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hit one of those. Yeah.
The pleasure principle. You know I love Janet, so I because I like to watch stuff in one piece. I just waited and I watched it all Sunday morning. I watched all 4 parts Sunday morning.
Fridays I watched live. Saturday ended up watching on demand because I was doing something else.
Yeah, I was like, nope. I said I want to watch everything all together uninterrupted because I know I wake up early. Then Khalil woke up and was like, "Mommy," I was like, "You gotta sit quiet with me." I said, "I'm watching Janet. You gotta sit quiet."
Real time as it aired.
No, I was like, I gotta watch it all without commercial, with all the extra. I gotta watch it all. So of course I watched Miss Jackson If You're Nasty. You know, like I said, I love me some Janet. You know,
A&E be like putting their foot in these documentaries. That's their lane. Like A&E needs that shit. Like I've watched like quite a few A&E documentaries, and they put their foot in them things. They definitely they do.
It was really good because I loved how Janet was like, I want to tell my story because too many people have their own fill in the blanks about what happened here, what there, what was this, what was that. And I like that it started from literally
Gary, Indiana, all the way to her residency in Vegas. They covered everything in between. They covered it all.
Everything in between. And I loved she was born to do this. She was like, but just that family period, like they were just so freaking talented. Like
what you want to call Joseph, but like
talent in that family.
Every one of them have said is like, like he's the reason why
I'm successful.
Like, all you outside like motherfuckers talking like, well, he was an abuser, he was this, he was that. Like, nope, like without his discipline.
Joseph set that blueprint. Without Joseph Jackson, it wouldn't have been a Matthew Knowles to make a Beyonce, basically. He set that blueprint for that. I'm going to put you through boot camp. I'm going to be this strenuous.
Think about it, like Joe Jackson was raising his kids in the 50s and 60s. Like, and there's like, that's how old.
In Gary, Indiana.
What? That's how old school black father.
In Gary, Indiana. And if you look at how Gary was, it was like, they had the steel mill. They had stuff like that. This is before, after King was assassinated, a lot of stuff got messed up because like the riots and everything happened.
Gary down, and it was never
a lot of stuff did get messed up, but Gary was never an affluent place. Like they never were like rich in Gary. So it's like they were a poor family. They were 11 people living in that little ass house. That house, like it was the size of mom's garage. It like the size of our mother's garage. That house was little as hell.
2-bedroom, yeah, tiny ass house.
4-room house. It had a kitchen, a living room, 2 bedrooms. That's it.
Girls all slept on the couches and all.
In the living room. 6 boys slept in one room.
Catherine had a room, the boys had a room, and the girls, they didn't even have a room. They slept on the couches.
I was like, wait, what? I was like, and Jan was like, and we slept here. He was like, yeah, the girls, you guys slept on the couch.
Like, yeah, I don't even remember that shit. Randy was explaining, yeah, y'all all slept. Yeah, she was like, no, I don't remember that shit.
Yeah,
she was a baby.
She was 7 when she started in the biz. So when they left Gary, she was maybe about 3.
4 when they left Gary.
About 3 or 4 when they left Gary. So she don't remember that.
I don't remember sleeping in that little ass living room.
She was like Khalil size. She don't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She don't remember that at all.
Yeah, because he was explaining. Yep. Then he said he explained where all the boys. So he said, y'all
6 boys in one room. Yeah, 6 boys.
He was like, yep. Yeah. He was
6 boys in one room. That's crazy as hell. But I mean,
I remember Joseph that story before too when they did a Michael Jackson memorial out in front of 2300. That I took mom to it. Me and mom went to it.
Yeah, we went to it too.
Toya was there, yeah. And she was telling that same story. Yeah, me, Reby, and Janet, we slept in the living room. We didn't have a bedroom. Like, I remember she was telling the same story, how they all slept in the living room. It was crazy. But the thing was dope. We're gonna break it down. Like, dude, we might take a whole episode. We're gonna break it down right now.
We love Janet.
She had a long career, so we're gonna break it down.
She's an icon. She's a legend.
Like, come on, 50-year career.
He was your first crush.
Absolutely.
She was Oz's first crush because Oz likes some Penny.
It was my bae. That was bae. Penny was bae.
And then Charlene later on Different Strokes. Yeah.
They didn't touch on. Yeah, we're gonna break that down. So here's what one I did notice. She enjoyed her time on Good Times, but hated her time on Fame. Yeah, so that's what.
Right, because I was like, it seemed like Fame would have been more in her lane because with the performing arts. Yeah.
So I don't know how
Debbie Allen. Come on, Debbie Allen.
I don't know how she felt about they didn't mention it. So I was like, I wonder how she felt about that show. They didn't even mention that one.
Yeah, they didn't mention it.
Yeah,
funny. I said I didn't even think about that. I said just right now that you said that because she was Willie's girlfriend.
Because touched Good Times and then they touched on Fame. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how she felt about playing on Different Strokes because like the Charlene role is pretty iconic. Especially with the boys. It's like, yeah, it was pretty iconic. So I wonder how she felt about
it. And then she told Willis that they should wait a while. Right.
I actually watched that episode recently.
Let's wait a while.
Willis was, and then she was ready to give him some, but then they both chickened out. Like, that's a classic.
Let's wait a while.
It's like, teenagers are always like, hey, like all our friends are doing it, like we should do it.
Oh Lord, I pray I have some time because I can't have that conversation.
But then she finally said, okay, let's do it. It's like, now Willis was like, now he was shook. He wasn't expecting her to say, okay.
That's stuff that you got to talk to your kids about. You got to talk to them early and give them all the facts. You don't want your kids out there not knowing all the facts about stuff. So prepare your kids early.
Long story short, the episode, Willis and Charlie ended up not having sex.
They ended up not doing it.
Because first she was hesitant and then she was like, well, yeah,
let's do it.
I have strong feelings. I love you. So yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. He was like,
because most teenage boys are like that. Your first time, you're gonna be awkward. you're not smooth and the Rico Suave and like debonair. Like you're gonna be oh. Oh, she said, yeah, now what? It's like that's how you're gonna be. So they ended up
the thing that that was interesting is that when they showed that how she got in the biz at 7 when they did that variety show first. So for them
had a show in Vegas, for years.
For them, a black family, children, and they were kids at the time. Like I said, like maybe the oldest one was how old? Like barely.
Reby was probably in her 20s, buddy. Yeah, because
like early 20s.
Jackie, they were old, and Tito, like they were like
because they were a little because she's 15 years older than Janet. So so she was like early 20s. So like they were young. They were all under 25. They were not old. They were all under 25. So for them to headline, like basically they Dottie and Marie before Dottie, you know what I mean? They was.
I think that's what that was the they portrayed that in American Dream, like because because like Joseph was like, hey, the Osmonds got a show. We need one. Goddamn it.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah,
they took it and did it better.
They did the Osmond thing, basically. That's the first thing I thought about, that they did the Osmond thing.
Yeah.
And and I like that they said the thing about that. They were saying that they went from making $300 a week to making over $100,000 a week. They was making. I was like, damn, they was getting their bread.
They was getting their money. An abuser, but like,
they was getting that money.
Joseph set that shit up. So,
but Joseph,
the haters.
And then the hurt, I can understand that came from Joseph, like, when the boys fired him, because sometimes you do have to like it does.
Yeah, because first it was in stages. First they left Motown,
right?
That they ended up firing Joseph too. Like, yeah, because they because there's a lot of constraints. Yeah, the Motown, like the label was controlling your every move, and Joseph is controlling your moves. So it's like they wanted freedom. It's like
the puppet,
Thriller and the shit like that would have never happened. Like if you stayed with Joseph and like Motown, like because they had you. We see you a certain way. It's like nah, well I see myself this way. So yeah, we not.
And then for Joseph, it's like just having your father be your manager, period. It is a different dynamic, because like they talked about before, saying that Joseph basically gave up his fatherhood to be a manager, and he wasn't dad to them. He was never dad or father. They called him Joseph. I'm Joseph.
Dad. They called him Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah. They never called Catherine Cat. They called her mother. Yeah. Catherine was always mother, because even still, Jan will still call her mother on the day. She was like mother. She still is mother. But Joseph he's Joseph. He ain't father. He ain't daddy. He's Joseph. So, I mean, that dynamic is kind of, it can be after a while, like, where's the line drawn? Like, am I your father? Like, I need you to be my father now. Take off the manager hat and be my father. I need you to be my father right now. I don't need you to be my manager right now. So it's kind of difficult to navigate that. I can imagine it would be difficult. And then
on the good time stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then out of
go ahead.
And then out of I think Joseph would just be a pig. Joseph, I'm gonna take Jan, make her a bigger star than y'all now. So now what? It was kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna take Jan. She's gonna be a bigger star than all y'all.
He's hurt. They fired him. It's like he's like, all I did for you to fire me. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take your baby sister and like
I'm gonna make her bigger. She gonna be bigger than Michael. Like he aimed high. And
once again, like, yeah, well, let's just keep it going since we there.
Hey, he did aim high, but hey.
But here's the thing, is like, once again, like, which is why Janet ends up firing him too, just like her brothers, because
the puppeteer.
I listened to those albums recently, like a few months ago, those first two Janet albums. I don't know if you've ever listened to them.
I've never listened to them.
Trash.
Because here's my thing. Trash. I didn't know she had two albums. Like, I mean, like years and years ago, like maybe like when I was maybe in college, maybe when I was in college, I found out that Jazz Control, because I always thought that when I was a little kid, Control was her first album. And maybe when I was in college, like in my 20s, I found out that Control wasn't her first album. I thought she only had one album.
When I started DJing is when I found out that Janet had two albums before Control.
You were like, huh? Wait, what? I
became a DJ, and then you start going through records. You're like, what the fuck is this?
What is this?
It's not a new Janet
album. Turn the wire, like sticking out the wire.
It's not a new Janet album. So it's old as fuck. So you check the date, like 1984.
Like, what the hell?
Like you say, yeah, that's what it was when I learned that Janet had two albums before that.
And that's my thing. Like I said, I didn't know till like I watched a documentary. I thought she only had one album before Control. I thought she had one, not two. I didn't know she had two albums before Control. I thought she had one.
Yeah, you didn't mind missing. Once again,
she had two.
That's the way Joseph saw her, like in that way, yeah. But then when she dropped him and replaced him, like I said, the three people that are the most responsible for the Janet Jackson that we know today: Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Paula Abdul. Yeah, like without those three,
trifecta.
Like still be that Janet Jackson in the water and shit, pretty much. Like she still be that
in the water.
She wouldn't be.
Because they gave her that Minneapolis sound. They gave her that funk sound.
And once again, they had a chip on their shoulder too, because Prince fired them.
From the time.
They were late for a time show, so and no Prince being Prince is like, yeah, you're done.
You're dismissed. That's how I see in my mind. That's how I went in my mind.
It couldn't have been any worse too, because they got fired right before Purple Rain. So like Jam and Lewis are not in the movie. It's two other fake time members.
They would have been doing the walk.
Somehow
Hallelujah.
somehow Jimmy Jam ended up being a white dude in the shit. Yeah, but white dude replacing Jam in the shit. It's like, I know he's light skinned, but yeah, a white dude. The Terry Lewis looks like a knockoff Terry. At least he kind of looked like him. So at first glance, you might not.
Very newest, right?
Jam is like some skinny white dude. That's basically the Jimmy Jam spot in the Purple Rain version of the time. It's like, yeah, that's what I say. That's not the real time. That's like, because like Jam and they got fired like maybe like about a year before that, maybe 6 months before the movie. So the time is, so they had a chip on their shoulder. Yeah. Yep. So you have Janet and you have Jam and Lewis. It was a perfect, you have blend.
And then Paula Abdul, who I love. Paula Abdul is somebody who she made. When I saw her, like these are people who I want to be a dancer after seeing her, Debbie Allen, Rosie Perez, Janet Jackson. I wanted to dance after watching them dance.
Let's ask, is that your Mount Rushmore?
For me, it is because like I watched them and they were all so beautiful and just like when they danced, it was still very feminine and very funky and edgy and and I was like, I want to dance. I want to do that. So Paula, like she changed the game. Like without Paula Abdul, you wouldn't see what the people do now. Like how the Lovables dance now and how like it's different. Like cheerleaders before
girls had flavor, like because I saw you. I grew up.
They were this before. That's what cheerleaders.
I'm a Lakers fan. Like I said, like guilty as charged. Hey, this is before like Jordan and them started busting everybody's ass. Like I was a Lakers fan originally.
Well, it was Showtime. Showtime was a thing. So I mean,
so the Laker girls, they had flavor. I remember that watching back then. I was like, okay, these girls they're not just and 1 and 2 and 3, go team. It's like not that shit. It's like okay.
Just that's where it was back then. So
like, Laker girls got some flavor. Like that's
they would dance. They would actually do choreography, and we could still do the flips and the splits and stuff. But we gonna put some dancing. We gonna put some booty shaking, some hip rolls. We gonna put something else in it.
It was a big part of that. I want to say at one point she was the choreographer for the Laker girls. I want to say
she was a choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
And like she changed the game, like I said, because like she was like her brothers saw Paula Abdul at a Lakers game, and then they was like, hey, and then Paula definitely Paula was a beautiful woman, so she definitely drew people in. Like you're going like in a crowd, you would point her out in a crowd. She would stand out in a crowd, even though she was like 5'2", she would stand out.
She's not ugly, especially back then.
Even though she's 5'2", she's small. She's very small, but she stood out in a crowd. She did. She would stand out when you see her. So she taught Janet how to dance because on that first thing when she was on American Bandstand, I saw that clip with Dick Clark, and Janet was just doing
I used to watch Bandstand.
She was doing the two-step.
A little before you, but that was the actually we didn't have MTV and all of that shit. Like hashtag two parents so even had cable. So you would watch on Saturday morning. You watch Bandstand and then Soul Train afterwards.
Soul Train.
That was your Saturday morning, so you get your music fixed during that time. Mm-hmm. Like now you got you got YouTube and you can watch whatever Vivo and shit. You can watch whatever you want. It's like Bandstand and Soul Train. That was your Saturday morning every week.
Jan had her two-step. She had her two-step rocking. She was rocking the two-step. And then Paula, it was really cool just watching the breakdown of her teaching her the dance of control. And she was showing how to and 5, 6, 7, 8, and heels and head and shoulders. And she was showing how to, move. I was like, this is cool. Like, this is really cool watching
like that. I'm pretty sure that's one of your favorite parts of the doc was that. Mm-hmm. Mine was watching the creative process, like with her and Jam and Lewis. And then later when her and Michael were doing scripts, I like the creative process. Like
yes, that was good. I like that.
I do music myself for those that don't know. So I'm into the creative process.
And then a line that I was like, I challenge you, Miss Jackson. I love you, Janet, but I challenge you. And she was like, there's not a closer brother or sister than me and Michael. I was like, I'll challenge that. I was like, I'll challenge that.
That's what Janet and Michael kind of remind me. I think even the age difference is about
the age difference is similar. Yeah, it's a similar age difference. So
almost the same. Yeah. It was like,
So can we reenact the Scream video? We don't have $7 million. We ain't got $7 million. We got about $70 we can do a video, but that's about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we
I
make
got a
it
green screen behind me.
Mark be on this editing real quick.
Down back there. Yeah.
But I love that part. I liked how she did touch on her marriage with James DeBarge, and she did address the rumors. Like she said, I didn't have a secret baby.
Yeah, I knew that's what I
been out there for years.
Ever since when she was married to him, people said, because they said it was a shotgun wedding. Because the way it went down is like okay, like you didn't even know they were together, and then all of a sudden they were married, and then they were almost immediately.
No.
It's like
no.
And like the rest with and then the weight gain is like
she gained weight, so
okay, like that's why they got married, and it ended so fast because she didn't want the baby to be born out of wedlock. That was the rumor that was out there.
Which is still a thing, like
and shit, yeah.
Which is still a thing because people still, even in recent time, because like we know Solange's wedding when she got married to her first husband, we know that was a shotgun.
Within the last 20 years, something like
20
that.
years, yeah, that was like 04-ish.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we know that that's the thing that people do, the shotgun wedding. So we just assumed that it was a shotgun wedding when she married James. And I like that she talked about like the drug addiction, because that was a real thing. Like, I mean, because she was saying that, you know, she really, you could tell that was like her first love, because she was like, I dated him when I was 16, and that was probably her first love and everything and all that.
Yeah, that was her first, everything.
And, you know, and it seemed like a match made in heaven, because it's like, you know, in Joseph's eyes, like the DeBarges and the Jacksons unite. Yeah, super group, you know, because the Barges were
like up next. Yeah. They were going to be the Jackson 5 of the 80s. They were like
the 80s. They were
up next.
The beat of the rhythm of the night. You know, I love some DeBarge. I love some DeBarge.
With L being the Michael of the group. Yeah, they were like up next.
L got the vocals.
Yeah, they were what the Jackson 5 were in the 70s. Like DeBarge was supposed
DeBarge was next up. Yeah.
Drugs fucked it all up, but like they were supposed to be the next ones up.
And the fact that all of them had drugs, like that's just such a sad downfall for just the whole family.
Because before and after, because like Bobby is like the one who started with Switch. Like Bobby first, and like he was like drug addicted and all of that. And then came DeBarge, all of those members. And then Chico, I think, is in jail right now and shit on some.
He's in jail now. I know he did a stint like in the 90s.
I think he got arrested again recently.
Oh my god!
Not positive he's still in jail. I want to say he's still in jail right now as we speak, because like so he's still fighting his demons. I hope that brother gets it together. Yeah. He had a little run in the late 90s, like Chico.
He did. Yeah, because him and Joe did a song together.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a run during that time.
Yeah, he had a run.
But even he was affected, and he's like, I want to say a nephew or something like that. He's like the next generation. So even the whole family just was involved.
Yeah, it was a lot of demons that surrounded them. So
they were supposed to be up next, like they were supposed to be the Jacksons of the 80s, basically.
Well, Jan said, like, you know, she's like, look, I started birth control because like birth control back then.
Yeah, you would blow up. Yeah,
side effects is you gain weight.
A lot of girls I knew blew up that one birth.
Yeah, birth control. A lot of girls I know gained weight, gained 30 pounds. You think, hey, you pregnant? No.
That's what a lot of that freshman 15 was that, because girls just got on birth control when they went to college. Really, the freshman 15, they were on birth control.
They were on birth control. And then Jan explained that she was an emotional eater, because she said when things, you know, she was like, I'm an emotional eater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm glad that they addressed that. And then the relationship, I'm glad that I saw more, because Janet is just the master at keeping secrets. Janet, like, if you have Janet Jackson as a friend, you tell her, ain't nobody going to know none of your business, because Janet is the queen.
Hilarious.
How the queen.
Her own sister, Rebe, found out about both of her marriages in the like, I didn't find out till y'all found out. It
was nice seeing Rebe on there, because
Rebe all that much, like since the 80s. It was cool seeing like
because the Centipede. That's all.
And a lot of Randy too, another guy you haven't seen a lot of recently and shit. Last time I saw Randy was the 2001 Jackson reunion. It's like 2021 years. Yeah, that's the last time you saw Randy. Like, yeah, he's
in 01,
like totally out of the spotlight since that.
And then obviously, like when Michael passed, and we all saw everybody when Michael passed.
Outside of that, you haven't seen Rebe or Randy.
Right, outside of that,
yeah. Like Rebe since Centipede, and then Randy since that 2001. Because Randy is not, the Jacksons, they on tour right now, but Randy is not part of that. Like the Jacksons, like he's it's It's Jackie, Jermaine, Tito, and Marlon. Like Randy is not
I
part of
didn't
it.
know that.
Yeah, because he's kind of out of the spot. Like Randy don't perform no more. He just, I
Yeah.
guess, dude is in his 60s. He's probably just over it.
They are older. Yeah, they are.
Dude.
All of them are older.
They
Yeah.
probably reached out to him and was like, hey, we going on tour. And Randy was like, no, I'm good.
No, I'm good. Y'all going, D Rose, y'all going on tour.
I'll get back
Y'all going on tour.
Y'all getting back together. Like, I'm good.
But I did like how they showed like the stuff with her and Renee, because like a lot of stuff we didn't know about Renee, because
that's who I learned the most about, her relationship with Renee. I learned the most about him, and now he was Joseph Jr. kind of.
Yeah, he was kind of. And I'll say this too about Renee, like people like at the time people thought that Renee was just riding her coattails and he was a bum, but Renee actually was a creative part of her too. Like, cause like obviously Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, and Paula Abdul were like they got her there, and then Renee added to it. He added to it. He did, because like a lot of that stuff, like he was over the creative part of like her videos, because like he was a direct, he could direct, and
he's a videographer. That's what
he's a videographer. So he actually was a creative. Like he was on set when she would like be doing these things, and he would be directing her and everything. So he actually wasn't just a bum riding her coattails. Like he wasn't like like some of these, like I say, ladies, stop letting your husband be your manager. He was actually a person who knew what the hell he was doing. He actually knew what he was doing. He did. So he was part of like all of her creative stuff, and she was making good stuff. Like the thing that like we all was like, because I mean, you were in high school, you understand, I was in grade school, the Rolling Stone with the
a lot of people didn't know that was him. Like I knew those were his hands. Like
I knew it too.
Because I said her guy. We didn't even know it was her husband.
It was her husband. And that's her man. Because we found out that was her man. Like, and the way he had like his hands on her, yeah, he like that. Basically, like this is me. Like that. Like that's just what I got. That this is me. This me. Like yeah, y'all can lust over Janet and everything, and at the end of the day, this me. That's what that basically was. That's what that said to me. And that was the Janet album, which was, like I said, I love the Janet album because, like I said, I love the If. I still love
it. It's just the headshot of that photo shoot.
Yeah, with them. And then the If dance choreography, Tina Landon.
They cut out everything.
Landon killed that. She killed that. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, he was there, and it seemed like
a lot of that footage from the documentary was his footage. Yeah.
Yes, they said it had never been seen until now. Because I mean, he was a videographer, so he's like, that was just part of his nature. Like, I'm just going to film you for the next, like, I'm just going to film you for 10 years.
Back then, like, that wasn't normal. Like nowadays, like, people do
with Instagram Live and all that. Yeah,
Snapchat, people like document their lives. Like, but back then, it's like, yeah, that was something unique. He said, hey, you're Janet Jackson. We should document your journey.
Right.
Yeah. So now, like, because we wouldn't have got this A&E documentary without a lot of
that. It's preserved. Like, you can preserve that forever. And just watching all that unfold, their love story, because like, they did look like they were cute and in love. And then when he proposed to her, I was like, oh, that was sweet. Like, I was like, oh, like they honestly did look like they were working until they weren't. Like you said, like they worked until they weren't, because she was the artist. He was
around the velvet rope was when shit went soft.
Yeah, because that's when we found out. We was like, wait, Jan was married? Like, all of us was like, she was married?
Divorce, basically. They said Janet Jackson's files for divorce. Like, when the fuck did she get married?
Yeah, they were like,
James the bar. That's what I was
and like. Then here's the thing they asked more. It's such a Janet Jackson's files for divorce to her husband of 9 years. 9 years? He was like, wait a minute. He was like, wait 9 years? 9? Because she was married to him forever. Is that Renee calling us?
Renee trying to shut it down.
He was married to him forever, though. Because no one knew that you was married for 9 years, and you kept that quiet. And yeah, I liked seeing some of the other people in there. Like, they showed Q-Tip. Like, it was good seeing him because they did Poetic Justice together.
Regina,
and then
they showed as well.
Regina, because like I was like I got excited seeing Regina K, especially with everything that she's going through.
She's had a rough. Yeah, it was cool seeing her. Like,
yeah, I got super excited. I was like, "What's her connection to Janet?" And then when they showed, I was like, "I forgot that she was in a Poet Justice."
Right
I forgot that she was.
A lot of people forgot about both her and Q-Tip. Is I was like,
I remember Q-Tip. I forgot about Regina King and Poetic Justice. I totally forgot about her in Poetic Justice.
No Joe Torre love. Chicago's probably still
Chicago.
On somewhere. That's looking for his brush and shit. With not Bishop. Yeah, Lucky. After he beats his ass, he throws his brush and shit, and then they leave him and shit. Yeah, so
they leave him on the side of the road.
Probably still out there, and that's why he wasn't part of it. Because I was like, no Joe Torre love.
But it was nice seeing all that unfold, and then
rest in peace to the two legends, both Tupac and John Singleton. It was cool
seeing them on camera.
Yeah, rest in peace.
And then the thing that made me giggle, I said, because I remember like hearing about that when Janet added the lap dance to like her show, because that was her thing. Like
that time, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring a guy on stage.
I've never been to a Janet show, but I've heard stories about the lap. Definitely.
Because like later on her All For You album, the song "Cause I Wanna Baby Play With You," like she uses that now. I mean, I'm not sure she did, but maybe that's what she said. I just wanna play with you. And she uses that when she would do like the lap dance to the guy. Would you mind? That's the name of the song. Would you mind?
Yeah, like they screened the guy, make sure it wasn't a creep.
You're not a pervert, basically.
Renee, once again, Renee was the one that was screening him. It was like they screened the guy, make sure like you don't want to just pick.
Be a creep.
It's just like when we're gonna peek behind the curtain, like when you go on the game, like the Price is Right audience on game shows, they screen them. They don't just pick.
They screen the hell out of you. Yeah, they do. They screen you. Like
We've
been part of a screening process. We have.
You don't want to be on the Grams all like, yeah. So what's your name? Where you from? So that's why they got a screen to make sure.
I'm from Chicago. No, you can't be like that. That's why with the woo, they want you to be like that on camera.
Chicago, yeah, let's go. Like that's why
Southside. They want you to. That's what they want you to do on camera. They don't want you to be lame.
New car. They screen them. They know they're gonna react like like Scooter Magruder. They're gonna have. He looks like a Price is Right contestant. Actually, the more I think about it. Let's go, Cowboys! That dude.
The funniest shit was seeing Shaq was one of the people that got a lap dance for Janet.
Show that was and shit that Shaq was there. Yeah.
Shaq got his lap dance. Shaq was like, oh, Shaq got his lap dance.
I don't know what show that was. Maybe it was somewhere at Staples. It had to be. So,
if I ever meet Shaquille O'Neal, I'm gonna put the energy out there. I'm gonna ask him, how'd you feel about the lap dance from Janet? I saw the documentary. Tell me about that moment. So I want to know.
Lap dance is amazing. Janet Jackson.
Because the space Shaq was like, oh.
Janet Jackson is a goddess.
I want to hear Shaq's reaction to that. And the thing that made me smile when they showed the Again video, and then they showed a young Gary Jordan. Because I remember that video, and I was like, that's Shaza. I was like, well, that's Shaza from a different world. I was like, okay.
After Different World, he was doing some music videos. Like, that was one of them, yeah.
Because all of us ladies, he was like.
I was like, he was starting to do videos around that time.
That's what we was doing, the ladies, because Shaza was, he was a thing in the 90s. He was a heartthrob.
Only thing real about you is your green
eyes, my brother. And then he said when she said that Gary was like, do you have a boyfriend? Yes. He's like, how's your boyfriend feel about me doing this to you? She was like, well, he's actually directing us right now.
The motherfucker you were just talking to, that's
But the fact that she kept that secret, and just crazy that came out, and it was nice to see, like you said, the process. Like I love that process too, with her and Michael when they were writing Scream.
Yeah, I
was typing
the process because
she was typing the stuff on the laptop. She was
stop pursuing me,
and that shows that Michael, like, it's something, I don't know, it's something about being a person, because like when you look at most of these people, whether it be your Michael Jackson, your Janet Jackson, your Beyonce, when you look at these people who are uber talented, just monsters on stage, in regular life, they're like, yeah, hi, I'm Janet Jackson.
Because I've seen,
they're just kind of reserved.
I've seen a video of was with Lionel Richie and Michael writing We Are the World. in Michael Jackson's bedroom in his scene. Actually, like they going over the lyrics. It's like I love the creative process. That shit like that is just cool. And they just going through it. Like, yeah.
I like when they said when Jimmy and Terry said they was acting, they were screaming like some bitches. They said when Michael went into the studio and recorded his first, they said they had to hold it in.
I told you that shit is real. When I went to the beach,
they said we were screaming like some bitches.
About Michael fucking Jackson. That shit is real. I've seen it with the BET Awards in my own eyes. That shit is.
They said that he just turned. They said he just went nuts. He went psycho like Michael. That's another Michael like Jackson, Jordan, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6. Yeah.
There you go. 1, 6, 7, 8.
They said he just went nuts.
They were like,
They said when he came out, he said, "How was that?" Like he just killed, like you didn't just kill it. He came up, "How was that?" They said it was good. It was good. It was like it was good. But the thing that got me on that,
I like how they got her. Was it Rhythm Nation? That's the one they were like.
Oh yeah, and they were going back and forth with her.
I'm not feeling that. Jam was like, yeah, I ain't feeling it.
And she was like, they like, we need energy, and she was like, I've been here all day, and then she
like,
started getting,
like she was about to leave and shit. Like I'm done. Yeah, like shit.
But they pulled it out of her though. They pulled it out. That's what they wanted.
They legends, man.
They pulled that energy out of her. They pulled it out of her.
Yeah, Jam and Lewis.
They pulled it out of her. They pulled it out of her. My thing that I didn't know. The whole thing about the Coca-Cola thing, I didn't know about that.
Are we getting there? Yeah, cause we it's escalating.
I didn't know about that.
Let's talk about the third relationship they touched on, the Jermaine Dupri one. Yeah,
yeah.
A lot of people forgot about it. It's like y'all know what it is. Like, is that the stupid dumb guy award goes to Jermaine Dupri for fucking up with Janet Jackson. Ferrari or Jaguar switching 4 lanes, top down, screaming down money.
You fucked up with you had Queen Janet Jackson one to have.
I don't like it if it don't bling bling. What the hell with the price?
This lady said that.
That's different between Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z didn't fuck his up, JD.
No, he didn't. He almost did because he had Becky with the good hair. He almost did, but
JD just got caught with it.
He fixed his. Jay was rubbing some feet after that. He was rubbing feet after that. He fixed his. But it's like you had Janet Jackson.
When he told me, he was like, really? Like Janet wants me? Like he was shocked.
Right. You had Janet Jackson, and she said that I want to have children. However many Jermaine will have with me. Like she wanted to have your children. What? She said, however many you want. What? Huh? What?
Could have been the one if he wasn't a dumbass. Yeah, like JD could have been.
And you messed that up. You messed that up. How? Like you said, with every relationship, even Renee was verbally abusing her. You had Janet Jackson, who is a lot of people's number one fantasy girl. She's a goddess to some people. She's beautiful. You had Janet Jackson feeling low about herself. You did. And you fucked it. Like these guys, like it goes to show you that for every woman that you be like, that's a queen, I would walk over hot coals to be with this lady. It's a dumbass who will fuck it up.
Somebody like Jermaine or Renee that don't.
It's a dumbass who will mess it up, whether it be somebody who doesn't appreciate her, who's verbally abusing her, because he was verbally abusing her, controlling her.
It's like James DeBarge, like it's gonna be somebody that's gonna.
And then Jermaine Dupri was out there. He said he was being reckless. We know what that meant.
Fucking big booty strippers in the Magic City and shit.
We know where it means.
With Lemon Pepper Lou and shit, man.
Reckless. We know what reckless means. Hashtag I had hoes. That's what that means.
He was in a Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes. That's what he.
So he did. Like I said, they touched on that. Like I said, we'll leapfrog back to that about he did stand up for her on the part where he did. And I did like that he stood up for her.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We were gonna get to the Coca-Cola thing. Yeah, that's why I circled back. It's like, yeah.
Let's circle back to Coca-Cola. Yeah. Like, I did not know about that. And I'm like, that is crazy that she had.
Okay, because Michael had a deal with Pepsi. We already remember that. When we lived
Generation, the new Chris Paul / Alfonso Ribeiro.
Moonwalking into the Jacksons. Yeah, I remember that. Join the whole new generation.
Yeah. He was like,
he moonwalks into the Jacksons and shit. Yeah. So, yeah.
I told Ariana because she came in on that part. I said, yeah, I said that's the new Chris Paul when he was a kid.
He's a little older than you.
She's like, wow. I said, yeah, that's a new Chris Paul when he was a little kid.
But so then they say, okay, yeah, Pepsi got Michael, we're gonna have Janet, yeah, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, which would have been nice. And she was about to get that.
Atlanta, so it was like during the time with JD, it makes sense. Yeah, because Coca-Cola's headquarters is Atlanta.
So. No, she was still with Renee at that time.
It was Renee, okay. I thought
because this was during the allegation. During the
wrong one. Yeah, wrong one. So this is Renee. Yeah. So yeah, this is
because Renee was there in the meeting because they were about to close the deal. Like they had the papers drawn and they were about to close.
Yeah, I was mixing up scandals because like it's another scandal.
They were about to sign. You got and you know that they got long money. Coca-Cola got long money, so they were about to sign this multi-million-dollar deal. Like they said, papers were already. They already had the papers. Like all they had to do was just sign the line. Everything was right there, and then. Yeah. Michael Jackson allegation.
It started, which I still didn't like to this day. Even and she talked about that too. Like, paid them the first motherfucker.
And she paid the family off, and
and that just makes you look guilty.
It makes you look guilty. Like I said,
and more leeches are gonna come. Like, oh, he giving out checks. I'm gonna get me one.
Yeah, checks. I'm gonna get my money because, like, whenever they say it's an undisclosed amount, it's at least seven figures. It's at least seven figures. At least seven figures because they say undisclosed. They're not gonna say undisclosed for six figures. It's seven figures at least. Undisclosed amount. That's seven figures. So you see somebody. Let's say you got $2.5-3 million. So I'm gonna get my $3 million. Yeah. I'm gonna get over here.
Where's mine? Everybody wants something.
Yeah. And then the fact that I said at that time, like he did hire Johnny Cochran. So this is a little bit before OJ. So
it's pre-OJ. That's what people don't realize. OJ. The Michael Jackson was
so his name wasn't out there yet. It was kind of out there, in local circles, like people know, like in local circles. But after OJ did,
I knew, but like OJ was such a big story that
OJ catapulted Johnny Cochran
a star. Like he wasn't. Mm-hmm. Like people kind of knew him in '93 though.
Yeah, but so then Janet talked about that. She said that my brother wouldn't do anything like that. She said that wasn't even in his heart to do anything like that.
They showed all the brothers saying like, no, I don't think he did. Yeah,
but she was saying that he just wanted to go away, and sometimes people do that. They just want stuff to go away, and then I have this money. So
Michael didn't get that. It's like. By giving out money, you only attracted more dipshits.
Yeah.
You're not
because it's like if I'm in court, I'm missing.
You're making it worse. Actually,
if I'm in court, I'm missing tour dates. I'm missing this. So rather than miss tour dates and stuff like that, then I'm just going to pay it off.
Yep.
But now you're attracting more people.
Done with it instead of like going in court for like 2 or 3 months or whatever. Yeah, just checking it to go away. Like now you're just attracting more leeches, which is what happened.
Yeah. And that was just sad that she lost her deal because she was like, I guess I was guilty by association. And that's why they did the Scream thing for him to like speak his voice. That's why they did Scream. So, yeah. So, I mean, I thought that was good. And then Janet still, even though she lost that Coca-Cola deal, Janet still was killing the charts. Like, Janet was.
Moth to a Flame came out around that time. Basically.
Yeah, Janet album was great. Velvet Rope was incredible. Velvet Rope might be my favorite Janet album. Velvet Rope was it. That was it. Velvet Rope was
#Team Control right here.
Control was good. I said that Velvet Rope. I get so lonely. Like Velvet Rope was my shit. I love me some Velvet Rope.
And Q-Tip collabed on that because they did the "Got Till It's Gone."
You don't know when shit got till it's gone.
So Sharon Q-Tip we hooked up with Q-Tip, from their Poetic Justice days.
Yeah, like Velvet Rope was my shit. That was my shit, Velvet Rope. And then that's when she got divorced, and then she met Jermaine, and then got with Jermaine, and things were going good with Jermaine. It seemed like she was in love and happy. And
All For You album dropped around this time.
All For You.
Look at that body.
And I like the more Missy Elliott too. Ha ha hoo hoo. Thought you get the money too. Green motherfuckers want to have a cake and eat too.
Which was about Renee, probably.
Yeah, Son of a Gun. Yeah, that's about Renee.
that was a Renee diss record.
That was a Renee diss track. It was.
As we call it in business, that's a sneak diss.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Big
She was smashing up shit in the video because she had the bat and she was smashing shit up in the video, Jad. I like that side of her smashing shit up, being aggressive. Yeah.
Then, fast forward to 2004. Let's just get to it. Nipplegate and shit. Yeah.
We're having naked at the end of the song.
It's crazy. Yeah. which is like I said, I was at that Grammy, so
and as soon as I saw the backdrop of it, I was like, Oz was there.
We have a picture of me in front of that gold.
Yeah, I have a picture. You sent me from the Grammy.
I should post it.
Yeah, you sent me that picture from the Grammys. So
like
you can speak on that side of it about what it was like being at the Grammys after that. So basically, if you
Jackson basically made everything rough for all of them.
If you lived under a rock, basically, and you didn't know about Nipplegate.
Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake performed at the 2000.
She was giving a great performance. So her actually performing at Super Bowl was great because it's like my brother performed.
Yeah, Michael, let's give a history lesson. Michael kicked off the modern day Super Bowl halftime.
Was that 93?
1992 or 3, I forget what year. Mm-hmm. Well, let's go back a little bit to 1991. In Living Color, the hot new show on television. Yeah.
Hated it.
We got a good product here, like which was like, in Living Color was like the show. Like for those that don't know, that we got something good going on. So it might have been 90. So that just it might have been the second year of Living Color. Let's say it's 92 then. Right. 1 or 2, I forget which year of that Super Bowl. Because Living Color started in 1990. Let's say 92.
92 it might have been, yeah.
Let's just say 92 then. It was when they did this. Okay, we got the hottest show on TV. Let's compete with the Super Bowl. Let's
do a live show.
It's like, they had some balls. Yeah, like I said,
let's do a live show because it's gutsy to do a live show
against Living Color and compete with the Super. Because at the time, the Super Bowl halftime show was bullshit. Yeah, like
marching bands.
Boats coming on and the marching bands it was like corny. It looked like it basically looked like the Macy's parade. That's what the Super Bowl. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah,
like they wave and it's like yeah. And here's Charlie Brown, which we're gonna talk about there. So yeah, and here's the Charlie Brown on the it's like
Charlie Brown.
That's what the halftime show was back then. So Living Color, you have that. Then you have Live in Living Color with like Damon and Man on Football, which was like we say they still have not aired that original.
Unbelievably funny.
It's like it was
unbelievably funny.
It would not make the air today. Like no way.
Drop the soap. I'll get it.
Yeah, shit like that. It's like yeah. So of course, like so they looked at the number. They crunched the numbers. Yeah, like you get that joke. Yeah, they started crunching the numbers and they saw we lost like 500,000 viewer, or 1 million viewers like during the halftime when the Living Color came on. Like so Super Bowl lost a pretty significant amount of viewers. Yeah. Let's say something like either 500,000 or 1 million.
Or 1 million. You ain't letting that shit happen again.
Okay, we're not doing that again. So then the following year in Living Color was like, okay, that worked. We're gonna do it again. Another live halftime show. And then Super Bowl said, okay, you can watch it Living Color, or we give you Michael Jackson live at halftime.
They said this. Here you go.
They switched over to that in Living Color halftime.
They said, I see your halftime live show, and we raised you Michael Jackson.
They mocked Michael Jackson. Like, yeah, you can either watch live your favorite sketches, or you can watch this crap, and they show like marching bands, like where they were like mocking the shit, like the build up for it. Yeah,
right.
So the following year they tried it again, and Super Bowl was ready. Okay, we got Michael.
Yeah, and they had Michael Jackson,
which was like the first time they did. And after that, they just ever since they've been doing the big time Super Bowl halftime.
The big time stuff.
Michael Jackson.
And then Janet was going to perform, and she said that was her third time that she had been asked. She said the other 2 times she just happened to be out the country, so she was unavailable.
But now she was legit excited. She actually said Michael had done it. Says a dream come true. Super Bowl halftime, so that's huge and shit. You know how many 50 million people might be watching that? It's like, yeah, it's a lot of people.
And watching. Then because whatchamacallit was like I said, Justin was starting to come into his own as a solo artist. He was coming into his own.
He had just left NSYNC about a year before that. Yeah.
Don't be so quick to. That's the song he's saying. Walk away. That's the song he's saying. Yeah. And then when they did the "Talk to Me, Boy,"
I'm gonna have you naked by the end of this song, and then he rips her. He's supposed to rip and expose her red bra. Did you see she had a red bra on?
She had a red bra, and then when he ripped, and then everything came off.
Thing off it, like he ripped the bra, including the bra. And like it was only about 1 second. Like I said, when I was watching it live,
it was a second and a half.
I wasn't even 100%. I wasn't even 100% sure what happened. I remember it being about a second. It might have been. I don't know what it was.
That's what Terry Lewis. He's like, it was maybe a second and a half. That's where it was, maybe.
And I remember saying, like, I'm not sure. I think I just saw Janet Jackson's titty. I wasn't.
I remember you did like Boomerang. Is that a nipple? Is that shaving? It's a nipple because I'm drooling. You did like that, basically.
I wasn't even positive. That's how quick it was. So I'm not.
He was like, I think I saw a titty. That's what you could say. Because I was on the phone with you because I think I was working that day and I was talking. And he was like, I think I saw a titty. I was like, what? He was like, I think I saw a titty.
Then, like the second half of the game started, and none of that was ever mentioned during the broadcast. You know, the game just went on as usual.
Right.
It was like, okay, now it's time for the second half. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, they went back to, it just went into, it's like, and then the next day is when the shit hit the fan. All the news outlets and all of that. It was like
outrage.
Front page news, yeah, like like all of that. Yeah. Outrage.
And I got a call, and
pornography at the Super Bowl.
It was not pornography. Oh my God. And I have to agree with Tyler Perry. When Tyler Perry, they showed me, he was like, it's a fucking nipple. It's a fucking like grow up, basically. Tyler Perry said. I have to agree with him.
About it was like, it was a second and a half, like big deal.
Of a nipple.
It was like who cares?
You've seen worse.
Mm-hmm. But they somehow made that into a story that the FCC got involved. So that means this got to the federal government. FCC is the federal government.
The feds, yeah.
Federal Communications Commission. They're the ones that oversee all of them, but they don't oversee this because like this is not broadcast. So like that's why you could say like grimy shit on podcasts because it's not broadcast. But
right.
Radio, television, all your broadcast medium, FCC is over all of that. Which
right.
is why Howard Stern left. We're gonna talk about him in a second. So yeah, he left FM radio like partly because of Janet Jackson, but probably because of himself too. Yeah, but
right.
because they said like CBS aired that Super Bowl. So think about it. They said like every one of the CBS affiliates. And it's like
fine there.
So you talk about millions of dollars, like because they got that. And so after that, they started upping the fine to like I think 250,000 like per word or per like offensive whatever like word because.
The 7 words you can't say on television, basically.
Shout out, the late
George Carlin.
George Carlin, thank you. Yeah. 7 dirty words you can't say on television.
Right.
Great sketch. Like look that up. If you don't get it, look it up. Yeah. But yeah, that's then the FCC like got on that because then like we started super centering our songs on radio. Like taking out damn and like I don't give a damn like damn well like dumb shit like it started like it affected us in radio, and then that Grammys, which is about 3 weeks after the Super Bowl, something like that, 2 or 3 weeks after that Super Bowl, the 2004 Grammys that I was at, it was on a 5-minute delay.
Right, I remember you told me that.
You saw on television actually happened 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes earlier.
So it was live. It's like it was on a 5-minute delay. So that way, if anything happened, they got 5 minutes to like fix it.
Correct it.
It was a 5-minute tape delay. And Prince opened that Grammys with Beyonce. Prince was the opener that.
You say he's saying
Purple Rain. Like, because like it was LA time would have been 5 o'clock that time because it's 7 o'clock Chicago, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So it would have been 5 o'clock local time. So they said Prince is gonna be on stage at 4:55. So like if you're not there before that, you're gonna miss the. They told
be locked out.
So yeah, they said like, and the show starts 4:55 sharp. Like,
you said you got there at 4:30.
I was there at 4:30. I made sure.
You got there at 4:30.
I was in my seat at 4:30. I got to the building like about an hour, like 3 and 4 o'clock. I think it was 3:30 because I was watching when they were doing the awards that they don't air, which they actually gave.
Oh right, yeah.
I think it was 3:30 when I arrived at Staples Center. And I was in my seat by 4:30. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you like, I ain't missing Prince.
Yes, I ain't missing Prince. I was actually in my seat, so I just sat there like bullshitting for the next 20-some minutes. I went because I didn't want to get left out in the hall either. Yeah. So I said I'm being in my seat at 4:30. Yeah, because I said Prince is hitting the stage at 4:55. Said and I'd never seen Prince live, so I was like, yeah, I will be there. But that's what it was, a 5-minute delay. So then by the time 5 o'clock or like 7 o'clock Chicago time, when it hit like Prince at the top of that show, like that had actually happened 5 minutes before, all because of Janet Jackson's titty.
And then they uninvited her. That was such like so bogus. Like Justin was still there. So like that's just my thing I didn't like. Like Justin was part of the act too. So
yeah, he didn't catch the either. Yeah,
he didn't get any.
And a lot of people like blamed him for a couple of things, like the white privilege and male privilege. Like he
double. It's a double. It's a double.
Him is why he got less of the brunt. Yeah. because he's the white man and she's not. It's like, so like that was talked about a lot. Yeah, like why she caught it so much. Even though he was just as big a part of that, like you should, if she's canceled, he should have been canceled.
And she said that she did talk to Justin after, and then because she said that she told Justin like, don't make a statement, like just
ignore it,
just ignore it, because she was like, because he was just starting to like come into his own. He was, like I said, he had just left NSYNC and he was just starting his solo career.
Solo artist, yeah. So
like, Janet basically took down the chin for him. She basically took the brunt of it because
which affected her career because her Demeter Joe album came out maybe a month or two after that Super Bowl.
So and it didn't chart.
Those sales up,
It didn't chart like how it should have charted.
That album is like largely considered a flop. Like it wasn't. I don't think she had any number one hits off of that album because like a lot of it is probably because of the Super Bowl backlash.
Because people said they didn't want to mess with her. And then like even when her acting, like Tyler Perry was like when he wrote "Why Did I Get Married,"
he said, "I want her." Yeah, nobody.
I want her.
I want Janet.
He said that time people were like, they were like shunning away from her, and then Tyler was like, "Nope."
2006, 2007, whatever year.
Yeah, like 2007 when I came.
Not long after the 2004 Super Bowl incident. It was like still fresh in everybody's mind, basically. And Tyler, I'll work with you then.
Tyler said, "I'll work with her."
Put her in is "Why Did I Get Married" and "Why Did I Get Married Too." He had her in two movies.
Yeah. And it's awful, like it's like when she was filming for Why I Get To, they were filming, and that's when she filmed Michael during filming. He died.
Died like right during that.
Yeah. That's why she was saying the scene when she went crazy and Why I Get Married Too, like that was actually her getting out her, because her brother had just died, so like she got to really get out her when Patricia smashed up everything with Bam. Patricia went crazy on that part. She was like, she actually was like just getting out her emotion, like I just lost my brother. So she actually did get to get that out and like actually use that, to get all that aggression out about it. So
then we talked a little bit about her having a baby at 50, like that was touched on. Yeah. Also her Vegas residency, and they talked about what I liked with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Also, I forgot to mention too, they touched on how she was invited back to the Super Bowl remember when Justin performed a few years ago.
When Justin, I saw that,
Like, no, I'm good. It's like
I'm good. She was like, because Randy was like, yeah, they want us back. Because like Randy is been managing her now, I think. Randy's been managing her.
I think he's involved in her, with her.
Yeah. Because they were always like Randy, Michael, and Janet were the closest.
They were really close, yeah.
And they were really close.
The two youngest, so like they were like two peas in a pod, like the youngest of the family. So they were always together.
So so like she was like, yeah, Justin, like they reached out and she was like, I'm good.
She was like, I'm not trying to go back there. Yeah. Because
I did like that, Jermaine.
Justin did that song too.
He looked at the camera. He said, "Better have your naked" by the end of this song, and he winked.
I can't think of the name of the fucking song, but the song he did with Janet.
Rock With You.
Thank you, Rock With You. What's the name of it?
Be so quick to walk away.
Rock Your Body, yeah.
Rock Your Body. I want to rock your body. Please stay.
Yeah, he did.
And when he looked at the camera, he said,
did that song, and I thought about it. I was like, yeah. I was like, where's Janet?
The way he looked at, he said, "Better have your naked" by the end of this song. And then he winked, like the way he said it, and he winked at the camera. I was like,
I thought it was a little shady. Say you're gonna bring Justin back, but y'all still like got heat with Janet. But they did invite. So I'm happy to hear that the Super Bowl. They still don't have the Super Bowl doesn't have any animosity towards it because they.
And I did like that Jermaine did step down off the Grammys thing because he said that he was on the board of the Grammy stuff, and then he said, "You're not gonna have my girlfriend here." So Jermaine
uninvited her. Like
he quit basically. He was like, "You uninvited my girlfriend, so now I'm gonna leave." So, and that was good that he did that.
I like the Janet's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to join.
Yes, finally.
Except Randy, which sucks. Like Randy should have been inducted with his brothers. Randy got a raw deal on it because they inducted the Jackson 5.
Jackson 5, not the Jackson.
Michael got inducted as a solo too, so Michael's a 2-time Hall of Famer. And then but they didn't induct the Jackson. They should have inducted all 6 brothers as the Jacksons, I think. Yeah. Like,
right.
All 6 like should have, because like the Jacksons had hits too. Like,
like don't play around the sunshine. Look, don't play around the moonlight. Look,
can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Raymond the Boogie is my
Randy
song.
co-wrote.
Oh, he did. Nice.
Co-wrote that, and he co-wrote Just Dance. Let's shout. She get better than two now. Like Michael and Randy wrote those together. They co-wrote.
And they did dancing. Boom, boom.
That might have still been Jackson because
Jermaine. Well, still Jackson 5. That may have been at the end.
Jermaine's still in the group there.
I said Jermaine was still in. She's moving. She's grooving. Yeah, Jermaine was on there still.
Before Jermaine left, but like Randy should be in the fucking.
Yeah, he should be in it.
Like it's bullshit and now he probably won't get in because he's not gonna get in as a solo. So like,
no,
Randy probably will never get in, which sucks. Like he needs to be in. Like with
I'm glad.
Brothers and his.
I'm glad that Janet did get in. Mm-hmm. Finally, because it seemed like they were kind of like being like about her at first.
The Super Bowl thing, but they were hesitant to put her in for a long time.
They were.
2018 or 19, I forget what.
19, it said 2019.
I know it was very recent. They just put. When I found out that she was going, I was like, I thought she'd been in. I didn't realize that she had just.
But it was like she had been eligible for like damn near 20 years. Like when they finally inducted her, like she had been eligible.
There's some artists who do be like that. So I thought so and so been in there. It's like, but I'm
because about Janet, like I said, you wouldn't have like borrowing from Kendrick, you wouldn't have Britney, you wouldn't have Beyonce, you wouldn't have Ciara, you wouldn't have any of these people.
We talked about all of them on that as well too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like seeing them. Like when Ciara talked about her, Tiana Taylor.
They showed Britney, they showed pretty much everybody. Aaliyah, they showed.
Aaliyah, they showed her.
And she's the GOAT. Like they were all saying that.
Because even like I said in the interview, like I said to Ciara and Tiana Taylor, like I said, the best video I saw, a viral video when Janet FaceTimed Tiana Taylor and she just lost her shit. She was like, Janet. She FaceTimed her and she was just like going crazy.
Just like her brother, she has that effect.
She was like, she was crying, like Tiana was crying.
Shout out to all the radio DJs I know that are posting their Janet Jackson pictures. I didn't get invited to any of those press releases.
Oh.
Because I remember when some of them happened. Like my guy Big Papa, he got one. Trey the Chocolate Jar.
Trey, I saw Trace.
Marcus Chapman is like, I was like, I wasn't invited to none of these press. I remember when some of those happened too. Because like I didn't get to go because shout out Lisa E. I remember like going. I was like, I should have rode her coattails with some of those. But I'm not the type to ride coattails.
Yeah.
If I don't get invited as this guy right here, the odds man, I don't want to go. I want to be invited. I'm not going.
Well, Janet, we want to play out there.
I'm not anybody's plus one. God damn it.
Right. We love you, Janet, and we want to put the energy out there. So I want to meet Janet one day. I'm gonna put the energy out there. We love you, Janet. Hell, our kids are about the same age because you had that baby in 2016. Our kids are about the same age. So
what sucks now is like Janet being older, so she's and she has a child now. Like, so that means she's probably gonna be touring a lot less. I expected that maybe she might pull a Michael Jackson, like a brother. This is it, do a farewell. I think Janet's probably closer to the end than the beginning, so I think she might do one more world.
Well, she does it. I'm gonna get my coins together. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna get my coins together. I'm going.
With COVID, I don't know if we ever gonna have any more than press junkets like that. Those might be a thing of the past. It's like a little press junket. So I missed out on that. But
I'm gonna get my coins together so I can see Janet.
We did a whole hour just talking about Janet Jackson.
We love Janet Jackson. So
great documentary. And we'll do some quick talks for some hot takes. So this is just run through. We run.
Yeah. You can quickly do it hot. Yeah, we can quickly hot take.
All right. NBA All-Stars. DeMar DeRozan made the cut. Yeah. I will read off. You have the list in front of you?
Not in front of me. Looks like the Chiefs are the Chiefs win.
I'm not even watching that right now, Mom.
The game looks like it's tied, is it?
Well, since it's going on, we won't even talk about that. This is not even over yet. We won't even talk about the game. Right?
The Bulls won. The Bulls beat the Blazers, so they got their win back because the Blazers, they won. So, but yeah, congratulations to DeMar DeRozan, 5-time All-Star now, starter, 5-time. I know the other stars for the East are Kevin Durant, he's the team captain, Giannis, Embiid,
and Joel,
Trae Young, and DeRozan. For the West, Ja Morant got it.
Like LeBron James, Ja Morant. Shout out to Ja Morant. Yeah.
Yeah, Ja Morant. He been playing his ass off.
Jokic.
Controversial
pick, Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
That's just Warrior Nation showed up.
Yeah, they showed up.
Bulls Nation didn't show up for Zach the way Warriors Nation showed up for Andrew Wiggins. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Zach,
because like Trae Young only beat him by a few. Like it wasn't because like Zach got the team votes. He got the team votes and he got the other votes, but he just didn't get the popular because he beat Trae Young on the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully Zach can start because Durant's out, so maybe they can move DeRozan to
who knows?
the 4 and then
they haven't played the 3.
Yeah, play him and move Zach in. Zach should start. Zach should be there. He should start.
Might, yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think I'm done. Yeah. We had rest in peace to Charlie Brown, actor. We'll say that as well too. Yeah. The voice actor that played Charlie Brown.
Oh, yeah. Aw.
Get the actor's name. It's like, yeah. But we lost him, yeah, which is like mental health is a real thing. Yeah. So take care of your people. We had a voice actor that played in the original Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin, Thanksgiving and the Christmas, like he voiced him in all of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a suicide. And rest in peace to Dr. Johnny Fever. I just saw Howard Hessman from WKRP. Yeah.
Wow.
Johnny Fever, yeah. So he died at 81. I just saw that. He just died today as we record this. So
wow.
Lost him. So had to get those hot takes in real quick before we wrap up the damn podcast. The Janet Jackson edition. Yes. 5,
it's all for you.
1. Thanks for supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. Truly appreciate it. You want to support us further? Get at us on our social media. You know how to do it. Subscribe, share. Let's do that first. Subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking about Apple Podcasts. I'm talking Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
Coming soon to A&E. You have the Bobby Brown one. I'm gonna watch that one too. Yeah, I saw they were plugging that all throughout Janet. So I thought about Tasha. I said, I know Tasha's gonna be front and center. Yeah, with Bobby Brown because he has his docu-series is gonna be coming up. Yeah, they didn't say when, but it's coming. No, so I'm definitely looking forward to Bobby Brown on A&E. So also get us on our YouTube. We just said subscribe, share. We did all of that part. Give us a like, but we didn't do. So that's what I want to do. Let's give our likes. Yeah. And you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio, Snapchat, and Facebook as well. Also check out the podcast on your Amazon Alexa devices, kid.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SER8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SER8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Check us out on YouTube as well. I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.